Hello everyone, it is Cheyenne, it's Cheyy and so I took some time. As you can see, my hair is completely different. Took my braids out, washed my hair, it's been in a ponytail. This is currently being recorded on Thursday, March 12th. A lot has happened in the time that I have not recorded. The last time I recorded was last week Friday, or Thursday or Fridays, around then. I think last week Friday. And oh my gosh, so much has happened. I started back work again. I was not working and I started working this Monday, so I'm on a 8:30 to 4:30 schedule, so my time to record is really limited. And then I also was so upset. I was gonna record yesterday, but I ordered a mic and they lost my package, so I had to get a replacement order, and that is supposed to come tomorrow, Friday, which honestly is okay because then I'll have it for the Only Friends reaction and Love You Teacher episode 1. That's on Saturday, so I'm really excited about that. But down to the nitty-gritty of why I'm making this video. ENHYPEN, Heeseung. Oh my gosh, I literally didn't even know until I opened TikTok and I see a sad Heeseung edit. So I'm like, whoa, whoa, what is going on? So I open the comments, everybody's talking about, oh my gosh, Heeseung left ENHYPEN, Heeseung left ENHYPEN. I'm like, can't be ENHYPEN. As soon as I start wanting to do a catch up on ENHYPEN, they go from 7 to 6. I was like, no, no, not on this random ass Tuesday. Like, what? I was shocked, in tears almost. I was like, wow, what do you mean Heeseung left ENHYPEN? So because of that, I wanted to watch a explanation video. I don't actually know if it's an explanation video. I didn't watch it. I was saving it to watch when I had the time to record, which is Thursdays, which honestly I think my optimal times to record are probably going to be Thursdays. I'm gonna try and get Friday for Only Friends episode reactions and then Saturday for Love You Teacher. Dare You to Death, I don't know where I'm gonna throw that in. I think I'll probably do it on Thursday. I also want to start my anime reactions because I've been wanting to watch Bleach. I'll get into that later, but right, for the agenda today, Heeseung reactions. I have Lee Heeseung, Just the Way You Are, Funny, Chaotic, and Cute by Sanutic, like Sunu and Chaotic but put together. Anyway, and then I have Heeseung is Living ENHYPEN Why by Hyun. I think I'm gonna go with that first, and then hopefully to lighten the mood I can look at some Heeseung funny moments, because what do you mean? So let me not even delay and chit chat anymore. Put my computer to charge.
Today we're going to be talking about the news that came out a few hours ago saying that Heeseung from ENHYPEN will be leaving the group to start a solo career.
So
there are
crazy.
a lot of things to talk about, so let's get started. ENHYPEN is a group that came out of the survival show Island, which created the
Speaking of, I've never watched season 2 of Island. I'm pretty sure that's like a girl group. I normally just don't really care for girl groups that much. I'll listen to their music occasionally. Like, I'll lock in for like a little Seraphim, a little New Jeans, rip New Jeans, because I love them so bad. I'll like, you know, lock in for those, but ask me the members' names, I can't tell you. I think the only group that I know all the members' names for is Cat's Eye, and then the whole thing that's happening with Manal is really like, okay, so no longer am I locked in for Cat's Eye. So
7-member lineup that we know today. Heeseung stood out a lot during the show, placing first in several missions and constantly being seen as one of the most talented contestants.
Stood out the most.
Because not only can he sing like an angel, but he was also one of the best dancers, and if you need him to rap, he can rap too.
But
in fact, there were even rumors that Island was basically built knowing that Heeseung would debut 100%.
I agree.
And that they were mainly searching for the other members who would debut alongside him. In the final ranking, he placed 5th, and among his qualities, people also pointed out his leadership skills, so a lot of fans thought he would end up being the leader of ENHYPEN. However, when the members discussed together...
Yeah, because that'd be a lot on Heeseung, honestly. Like, especially when he was elected leader, that one episode in Island, and everybody was, like, on him because of how he was running the practices. Like, oh, that's crazy. Oh. So I could honestly see him not wanting to be leader after that, because I wouldn't want to be leader after that either. Anyway, I think Jae and Jungwon would have been good leader choices. Well, it is Jungwon, but Jae would have also been a viable
who should take that position. They decided that the role would be better for Jungwon, despite that you can still see that Heeseung has an informal leadership role in the group, since he is the oldest and often takes care of the other members. ENHYPEN debuted in 2020 with Give and Taken. And during these 6 years, they've had many successful releases, which is why today the
favorite ENHYPEN song is Not For Sale, and that is a throwback low-key, but Not For Sale is still one of my favorite songs by them. That, and I think Sweet Venom, and then maybe Bite Me in third. Okay.
Group is considered one of the strongest groups of their generation, but unfortunately today we woke up to the news that Heeseung would be leaving the group. The first thing that appeared was a letter from Lift Lab, the company that manages the group, which said the following: Lift Lab has given much thought and consideration into ENHYPEN's future direction and goals. Through in-depth discussions with each of the members about the future they envision and the direction of the team, it became clear that Heeseung has his own distinct musical vision, and we have decided to respect it. As such, Heeseung will be parting ways with ENHYPEN, and ENHYPEN will continue official activities henceforth as a group of 6 members. It's difficult to relay the whole process through a short notice, but this decision comes after extensive deliberation. We understand that this news is a lot to process and may be received with mixed reactions. Nevertheless, we hope you understand that this decision was made for the future of ENHYPEN and Heeseung.
I don't know if it's going to get covered in this video, but I saw on TikTok, it was a TikTok comment, I think, on a sad Heeseung video, of someone saying that the members did not know that he was gonna go solo, and if that's true, that's breaking my heart even more.
ENHYPEN remains committed to sharing energetic performances with ENGENE.
Also, not too much on my hair. This is like day 5 of this slick back, so there's some flyaways. My edges are not. It's snowing outside, or snow raining outside right now in New York City. Not too much, okay? I'm trying. I'm just a girl.
Heeseung will be preparing a solo album as an artist under Lift Lab. For his part, Heeseung posted a letter that said, "Hello, I'm Heeseung. First..."
Also, if you see me look this way, it's just because that's where my TV is and I have the time on there, so I'm just checking my time. I think, well,
first of all, I'm sure many ENGENEs were surprised to hear my news, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are curious about the sudden story. So I wanted to tell ENGENEs in person. For me, these 6 years were a time filled with moments that were overwhelming and precious beyond words. Thanks to the members who shared countless emotions and ENGENEs who always filled...
But you know what? And I might get eaten up for this, but I always kind of felt like ENHYPEN was like business friends. Like, it never felt, or let me not say never, but there were times when I felt like I don't see these members actually having like deep, like, brother bonds. Like, I think there's pairings within the group that I think are really strong, but I don't think as a group of 7 they felt that connected, if that makes sense. Like, it might sound like I'm saying like, oh, they're like a business relationship, but even there has been idols who have said like it's more common than you think for groups to be more business, but they portray like best friends for the camera, you know? So they always felt a little bit businessy, while having, like, I think every member has their member that they're the closest to in the group, if that makes sense, right? But I don't think as a whole they give, like, if you look at ENHYPEN and then you look at ANTEAM, I think it's very clear a difference. Like, I can't see any member of ANTEAM going solo because of how tight-knit that group is. Like, that would be also a shock
the vacancy.
to my core.
I was able to approach my dream step by step, that I felt I could not reach. And that time will be one of those shining moments that will never be forgotten by me in the future. I don't want to forget those moments, and I want to be the one who continues to support ENHYPEN more than anyone else. I shared the results of my work with the company and talked with many people for a long time about how to show them. After thinking about it for a long time, I made a big decision to approach ENGENE in a better way, according to the direction the company suggested. ENGENE, as you all know, I've been working on my personal work, and I've spent a lot of time hopping
robot saying ENGENE
to show it to the ENGENE. There were a lot of things I wanted to show, but I also didn't want to put my greed ahead of the team. I am well aware of your concerns and various stories. I will prepare hard to meet you again as soon as possible. The desire to come back with a better appearance is more sincere than anyone else. As it was an engine that always gave me constant love and affection for me, I feel sorry for knowing the feelings of surprise and concern. I think that's how much you care about me, and I will be the one who runs with what ENGENE have given us so far in mind. Thank you, and I love you. These statements are very revealing, and they actually let us see what really happened.
Yeah, like he's been thinking about going solo based on this statement.
Even more than what they initially tell us. The first thing we notice is that ENHYPEN as a group and Heeseung seem to have different musical visions. And that's something you can clearly see because ENHYPEN has been leaning more into rougher and heavier concepts, where the vocals don't stand out as much. In fact, in their latest song Knife, Heeseung basically has one verse and the repetition of it's a knife. And that might be because his voice doesn't shine as much in this kind of track. There are even newer fans of ENHYPEN who don't even realize how angelic his voice actually is.
I always think of him singing in Island. I'm so tired of love song. That part, oh my gosh, his voice was so
And they
good.
have to go search for covers like his version of Off My Face, just to see what he's capable of. So the reality is that ENHYPEN is moving in a direction where Heeseung doesn't really stand out. And the question becomes, would you keep an ace like Heeseung in a group where he can't fully shine? There's also the question of whether this type of sound and concept for ENHYPEN is something permanent. Because we've seen the group go through several phases and experiment with many different concepts.
My gosh.
Not that long ago they released Sweet Venom and Bite Me, songs that suit the whole group.
Oh my gosh. I hate the EA so much. I hate them so much. Because why did you just open the tab? I wasn't even going to play The Sims. Like every time I open my computer, it does that every time. Stop. Now I need to go back because what? Oh.
Because we've seen the group go through several phases, and experiment with many different concepts.
And mind you, both of those releases are part of my favorites list. I really like when they lean in vocal heavy. This is why I had that criticism of Knife, where I was like, this just feels trendy. This feels very chordish. This feels very, we're going with Travis Scott theme vibes. This era, you know. But even in that comeback, Lost World is one of my favorite songs from the album. Like, or the comeback, like mini album. It was probably a mini album. I didn't actually listen, or I don't actually know what the full thing was. But I love that song, and that was more vocal, you know. Like Knife just wasn't for me.
That long ago they released Sweet Venom and Bite Me, songs that suit the whole group really well. But I guess these heavier tracks are the direction most of the members feel comfortable with and want to continue with. And maybe Heeseung is the only one who isn't fully convinced. There's also the question of who actually made this decision, because the letters say one thing but the fans are pointing fingers somewhere else. Heeseung said, I made a big decision according to the direction the company suggested. He didn't say the company made the decision, he said he made it. What I personally think happened is that Heeseung started realizing that what he wanted to do, and the direction of the group was slowly drifting apart, and the company may have thought about debuting him as a soloist instead. Maybe they proposed that path, and after thinking about it a lot he accepted. That's what I understand from the letters, that it was a mutual decision. But the fans are not happy and many are blaming Be-Lift Lab for kicking Heeseung out.
Yeah,
I personally don't think they kicked him out, because looking at the group right now it's clear that Heeseung can't fully use his potential there. But this also raises another question. Why not debut as a soloist while still being part of the group?
Right.
There are a lot of unknowns here, because every theory I have can easily be countered with another option.
Literally almost every K-pop group, all like, especially like older ones, all the members have solo things. Like if you think about literally any group, like GOT7, they all do solo things. Like if you think about BTS, they all do solo things, but they are all still in their group. Monsta X, we're doing solo things. TXT is doing solo things. NCT does solo things all the time. What are some other groups? Shiny does solo things and are still a group. EXO does solo things, and that's a whole new thing because there's literally 5 of them. I'm heartbroken by that. Anyway, they all were doing solo things. It's like Taemin and Cheyy are like some of the biggest male soloists while still being in their group. So he didn't have to leave ENHYPEN to do his solo things, which is why I'm like, there might be something deeper there that they're not sharing with us, because he didn't have to leave to express himself, you know?
That doesn't involve kicking him out of the group. For example, solo careers take a lot of time, and the group would have to be on a break for a few months so Heeseung could prepare his debut. But this is something that has always been done. Any third generation or even fourth generation group you can think of has had some members debut solo without it negatively affecting the group.
If we look at it actually helps the group. Like the amount of new fans that Cheyy from EXO and Taemin from Shiny have brought to their groups by going solo or by having solo, you know, activities, immense. Like they keep their name in circulation, you know, like their group's name in circulation all the time.
ENHYPEN's comebacks, there's usually between 8 and 10 months of difference. Enough time to release solo projects without overworking.
The bops in the back for background thing, but I can spot Fever from a mile away because I love Fever so much.
The artists, which is something nobody wants. But maybe Heeseung simply didn't want to continue with the group. And in my opinion, that's not selfish. In the end, he must care a lot about his members. But if he no longer feels comfortable, why force him to stay when he can shine somewhere else?
I agree.
It could also be that the company thinks there isn't enough time, and that Heeseung would have too many activities to handle both projects. Which makes me see this as a really ambitious move, because we know Heeseung is going to succeed as a soloist. He has everything to do it, but hasn't done it yet. The safest way would be to debut while still in the group. And if he meets the expectations of the fans and the company, then leave the group. Because what happens if he fails now? Or the song doesn't do as well as they expect? Heeseung would be left with neither a solo nor a group career. It's a very risky step that I think they only took because they must be really confident about what they're doing. And a lot of people are now hatting on BeLift Lab, saying that ENHYPEN is 7 or nothing. They're even reposting tweets that say BeLift Lab, retract your statement. Let Heeseung do solo activities while being an ENHYPEN member. Treat Heeseung better. ENHYPEN is 7, come back Heeseung, ENHYPEN home. And I agree that Heeseung...
That's giving, like, they've never went through a K-pop breakup, child. Or not even a breakup, but members having to leave the group because... it happens more.
Heeseung is an essential piece for the group, he's my bias. But being realistic, the company wants money. If this really harmed the group or Heeseung that much, they simply wouldn't have done it. And what I feel fans don't want to see is that maybe this is what Heeseung decided. It wouldn't make sense for BeLift, having a group that works with numbers, fans, and a huge career ahead, to force a member to leave if he didn't want to. Maybe it's happened before, but it's not the most logical thing. This situation is really tough for fans because it's not easy at all. But if it's what Heeseung wanted, it's the best option for him. Fans highlight the part that says, according to the direction the company, suggested to say he's being forced, but they ignore the full sentence where he says, I made a big decision. Also, if he were being forced, you wouldn't see anything in the letter indicating it. These letters are analysed hundreds of times to say exactly what they want us to know. We also don't know how long this has been discussed. I hope they studied it carefully and have been planning it for months. But on the other hand, Heeseung and the group didn't seem to expect this. They seemed like always. And also the ENHYPEN World merchandising has been delayed. And just 2 days ago they had dance calls where Heeseung talked about future plans with the group, which could indicate this decision was made recently. There is also talk that Youngwon was given clues, but I suppose we will never know if he was referring to this.
I really wish this moment could last forever. I don't usually think like this, but personally I feel like ENHYPEN as a team is on such a good path right now. So later on, when I look back at the past, I think I'll remember this moment. That's why I kind of want to stop time right now and stay here. Oh my gosh, Jungwon. Everyone, nothing lasts forever. This is, oh, there is no such thing as forever, but I'll work even harder because for me, the present moment is always the most important. Ooh. And when did he say this? How long ago was that? Because I've been organizing my thoughts and doing well. That's all the way from February. Dang, he was soft launching this. Jungwon was soft launching this. He was like, hey y'all, I know y'all are about to be so sad very soon. But like, hey, it's okay.
And this has been all.
No, I'm like, genuinely, that was anyway. Leave Heeseung just the way you are, funny, chaotic, and cute.
드럽히는 놈 따로 있고 치우는 놈 따로 있고.
Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
엉뚱한 멀리. 깜짝이야.
Oh, 깜짝이야.
잘했다. 좋았다.
Oh my gosh. The only clips I saw from whatever show this is, or maybe like ENHYPEN, don't help me. Is it ENHYPEN and high? No, maybe? I don't know. Me trying to remember. The only show I can remember is Go One and Run BTS. Like, I know TXT has one. To Do, that's TXT's is To Do. I don't know what ENHYPEN's, I don't know what their content show is called. I'm sorry. And when I say that I remember, I meant out of Hive. I didn't mean out of, like, in general, because I know Wanties and etc. ATEEZ has a bunch of different ones. But anyway, only thing I saw from this was them being, I think it was Jake and Sunghoon and maybe Jay and maybe Jungwon. Can't remember. They were all teasing Sunwoo and throwing him in the pool multiple times.
오케이. 바로 해보겠습니다.
형, 한 3칸 올라가 도전 외쳐요.
형 진짜 선수처럼 해줘요.
진짜 빨리 해봐요, 한번. 오케이, 도전!
He has like a
방금 제이형 했다. 잠깐만. 야, 제이 이거 시켰어야 돼. 너무 제이.
he has like an awkward kind of funny. That's the word I was looking
제이가
for,
없어서
awkward.
이제 제이 없는.
오케이.
하겠습니다. 화이팅! 천천히! 도전!
Oh, he's actually going pretty fast.
오케이. 오, 빨리. 좋아.
빠르다. 스파이더맨 같아.
It's actually a really nicely placed rock climbing wall. I've done some where it's like, oh, you gotta reach hard.
날이 아닌데요.
마무리가 뭔가 아니야?
What's that called again? Curling. Human curling. I'm gonna get dizzy.
아 대신 희승이가 또 신발 밑창이 떨어졌어요.
이진이 형 신발이 망가졌어.
거의 신발 빠졌어.
Oh,
야, 너무 빨리 뛰었나?
I love this ride. When I go to amusement parks, I love this ride. It makes me laugh. Like I just end up laughing so hard. Because all the time my friends are screaming, so then I'm laughing at them.
아 바람이 다 나한테 와. 아
Oh, like the smoke?
원래 잘생긴 사람한테 바람 온다던데. 연기 아니야? 연기. 아, 근데 애들
잘생겼고요. 그 다음에 노래를 잘하고 그리고 키가 큽니다.
Period.
뭐라는 거야?
뭐야? 예. 신나는 노래 타주세요. 신나는 노래. 프리스타일 렛츠 겟 잇. 히클 잭슨.
전원이 켜졌습니다.
얌전히 이 노래 언제 나가요? 아 이거 언제 나가요?
컴백 전.
Ooh, blonde Jake.
이거 모자이크 처리해서 나가면 나갈 수 있어요.
Nikki be looking. His growth spurt needs to be studied.
왜 그러세요? 너무 무서워. 형 이런 거 잘한다면서. 아니 왜 이런 거 잘한다면서.
Let's go 가자.
I've done it once. It's like an air. Like. I never got the words I was trying to say.
이거.
Like an air. I'll stop while I'm ahead. I've seen him dance with my chick. Yeah. He was eating too. He was feeling extra goofy that day or whatever episode.
안돼 촌동 떨어진다.
Oh, I thought it was done. I was like, whoa, that was a little too fast. That was too fast. But you know what? I think I've seen that cake fall, and I remember it being in a compilation of cake falls, and then the comments were talking about like them cakes be hard as hell and they be stale as hell, and it just be pure sugar frosting. So sometimes they be dropping the cakes on purpose. But I think this was an actual accident. He looked distraught. Yeah.
어떻게 내 생각이 이렇게 찼어요?
와, 진짜 잘 찍겠다. 자, 지금까지.
제가 아이고. 이거. 야! 왜요? 아 뭐야? 너무 급해서.
오 마이 갓.
진짜? 내 오른손이요. 아, 제가 할 것 같아요.
I've seen this.
나 인생.
Who was on the floor? Oh, that was Heeseung.
아니.
You look like Jake for a second. I thought that was Jake.
키르머냐? 키르머냐 얘들아.
괜찮아요.
내 팽이 신데.
All the stuff.
진짜 정말 오랜만이다.
아, 카메라 좀
His red hair era was something serious. Like I was getting so many thirst trap hits from him
그래도 말하고
in the
한다.
red hair era.
이제 프로다 프로.
예전엔 말도 안 했어.
이제 형 디테일 클로즈업 가실게요.
I was about to say back to the camera.
화끈하게 클로즈업 해주세요.
그대로 다운. 스탑.
Ooh,
이 자세로 저희 3분 정도
3 minutes? Oh,
네.
that's enough. No, you got 1 minute out of me before I'm on the floor.
위에 뭐야?
I gotta work on my legs. I say. That's what I wouldn't be able to do.
몇 초 남았어요? 몇 초 남았어요? 10초다.
내손 찾으시고요.
Oh, they did it? Jungwon ain't even look like he was struggling for real. He was having a good time. Oh, did they mute it? Artist protections.
저 아니에요 진짜
이게 대박이냐.
슬리퍼 그냥 근데 희승이 형이 진짜
I have a slipper just like that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut out me in the scuffle to get him, but just know, hold on. Oh, this is gonna be. These are mine. Hold on. I need to confirm if we have the same slippers or not. No, mine are brown.
슬리퍼 그냥
We're twinning! But mine are brown. Okay, throwing it back on the floor. Those are my house slippers. I walk around the house with them. They are 10 out of 10
희승이 형이
slippers.
진짜 어디서는 잘 자요.
진짜 서서도 잘 것 같아. 이러고 잘 것 같아.
저는 대기실 어디든 제 체형에 맞게 침대를 설치할 수 있어요. 담요 4개만 주시면.
우리끼리 얘기하다가
I say as I have one. Can I? Two. right. 3. 4. Right. No, yeah. I don't know why I was about to judge him. Mind you, I have just as many blankets on the bed, but I don't sleep with all of them. I cycle through certain ones depending on the temperature outside. So I'm currently sleeping with this one because it's cold out. But then when it gets a little warmer, I use like this one or this one. This is like a quilt. It's like pretty thin. This one is like, it's like getting better. Like this is like springtime, you know? Or like casually just laying on my bed, but like I don't want to get under the big covers. It's like this one. And this is another variation of my big cover. Anyway.
희승이 어디쯤 하면 자고 있어요.
저희 발바닥 그러니까 앉아 있으면은 이 사이로
아니 저번에 제가 밥 먹으면 자고 있어요.
저희 발바닥 그러니까 앉아 있으면은 이 사이로
아니 저번에 제가 밥 먹으려고 이렇게 하고 이렇게 살짝 가는데 뭐야 하고 보니까 희승이가 아래서 자고 있었지.
Under the table is crazy.
그러니까 어디든 침대가 될 수 있게.
What? Under the table is so crazy. Like there wasn't a couch in sight? No, Heeseung, that is just ridiculous. Hold on. Is there any... It's like a solid 20 seconds.
눈이 안 떠져. 씨.
아침을 먹어야 되긴 하는데.
Oh. Oh. Stop. I just had to close the tab. I'm sorry. The tab just had to be closed. But I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad. Like, what do you mean they won't be 7 anymore? What do you mean they won't be 7 anymore? It's a little sad. But honestly, I'm excited to see where he takes his career. And if ENHYPEN continues to go down the darker, more grunge-esque rock hip-hop genre, I feel like Nicki could really step up to be their new center. Honestly, I feel like Nicki really fits that aesthetic a lot. I would say Nicki and Jungwon really suit that, and Jay as well. Jake gives me more skater boy, but I feel like he can still fit in, like he could be like a goofy bad boy kind of aesthetic, you know. Overall, like I'm just like, wow. What do you mean he's gone from the group? Like that's so crazy to me. Pookie, like what do you mean you're gone? Like that's crazy. Ugh. Well, that was it for this video. Lined up for today, I think I'm going to watch Bleach. Woo! First episode of 1,000-Year War Arc, or 1,000-Year Blood War Arc, and then I think I'm gonna try and see if I can squeeze in Dare to Death episode 4 because I need to keep going with that, and hopefully I can finish that all relatively quickly. So see you in the next one.